Sandblasted. Let's look at tonight's starting lineups. For the defenders, Ben is in a Hephaestus Foxtrot, Cesar is in an Uller Delta, Korn is in a Novacat B, and Proxima is in a Blood Asp Echo. For the attacking team, we have a Solitaire A for Gnome, Serpentis in an Epona Alpha, Burner in a Novacat Charlie, and Bob in a Madcat C. This battle is the second of 5, and the first team to reach 3 wins will be declared the victor of the planet. We are down to 5 planets remaining that are not in the control of the alliance between the Saiph Triumvirate and the Capellan Partisans. The Duchy of Small, once a mighty empire, is slowly crumbling, and it may not be long, a matter of weeks, perhaps even by the end of the month, that we may finally see a conclusion to this long, drawn-out, year-long battle. The two teams are signaling to each other when they're ready, and once they begin, they will have 30 minutes to declare a victory. This is Duelist. I am the referee and also your announcer for this evening's battle. These lists are rather similar to each other. We are using a random system that pre-makes the lists, and you have a choice of 12 to select from. Both teams are utilizing a Novacat, and both teams have a hovercraft. The Epona will be able to outduel the Hephaestus any day. However, because of the tonnage difference of 15 tons, Gnome King is in a Solitaire compared to the 5 tons more of the Hephaestus, and Bob will have a mighty Madcat, but will also have to deal with an Assault Mech. These teams are both veteran players, full of people that have played with each other quite a bit, especially in the case of WR. You can see that these are 4 of their members. Their drop commander more than likely will be either Burner or Bob. They started at 9100. The match will end at 6100, or when one team blows up the other team. This is the TC map, which means that I believe that there are some explodable objects around here. These little devices. That also means on this map that you can get inside the pyramids, which can effectively allow you to force a close-range encounter. Let's move out and take a look and see how the defenders are doing. They certainly have the advantage. Their hovercraft is faster than the Epona. However, the Solitaire is more heavily armored and able to take more hits. So this will be interesting. The two teams have decided to go to the southern pyramid. This is a perennial favorite sniping spot with rolling hills providing a lot of cover. And we should have contact fairly quickly here. Ben, if he has his radar on, will be able to pick up Serpentis. He needs to be careful not to get stuck here, because this is a hard place to overcome. The hovercrafts are able to get up hills, and might even be able to get up this. But unlike the Harasser, which is able to flip itself around very easily, the Epona, and especially the Hephaestus, once they're flipped, usually require a teammate to bump them, and that takes away time that you could be shooting the enemy. So we can see that the two teams are right here. We're close range battle. Battle is joined. Ben trying to stay to cover, while Proxima and Korn decide where to set up. I would argue that the attackers have the advantage right now, as they have a good firing line set up. Ben has the weakest armor at about 16,000 of anything on the field, and he needs to hit and run with his LBX-5s and his lasers. He cannot survive many hits. He is going to cautiously move up here, while Burner tells his team to reposition down around their base or back into the valley. The defenders have decided to play King of the Hill. and are going to sit here for now. They may try to move forward a bit. Double Gauss hit on Bob's Mad Cat will certainly open up some damage. The only thing that's in range right now for the attackers might be Ben. But being a veteran pilot, Ben will be nimble and nifty as he moves around. They're all focusing on the Mad Cat, having decided that is their primary target. Burner is telling Bob to get to cover, and he's splitting up the team a bit. He's having Gnome move out a bit. Let's follow the attackers for a while. You can see that they've spread their team a bit, and now they're coming back up. These league matches are often a game of patience, and are slower than your typical pub match. The LRMs are away, and none of them connect. The mighty Novacat mech has all of its weaponry often in its arms, and is the case for both of the models on the field. If you take off those arms, it is nothing but an expensive running armored mech. We are now seeing that the attackers are moving up. Not enough to flank yet, but certainly wanting a better position, moving toward perhaps the North Pyramid. Serpentis staying behind to possibly provide some missile cover. Ben moving up to get some visual to see where the other team is moving towards. Now it looks like that they've decided to make this their hill. Gnome is going to move out and scout a bit. Let's follow him for a while. Solitaire, the fastest ground asset in the game. This particular model, equipped with lasers. And jump jets. Ah. So the Solitaire C or the Solitaire Echo? Perhaps the Solitaire Echo. Sounds about right. Let's check. Ah, it's the Solitaire A. He simply was able to jump jet running into the pyramid. That thing has a nasty alpha strike of lasers. A laser bolt, the very definition. 25 tons and over 1200 DPS. However, it runs hot, hot, hot. So you must be careful. But it is a sniping laser bolt that can pull 160 kph, which is not bad at all. We can see he's having Serpentis move up to try and get some corner shots while also supporting Gnome. Gnome is down. Gnome King has fallen. It is now a 4-3 advantage for the defenders. So what we weren't able to see from there was that Gnome was up on the pyramid to get a better view. That also gave a better view for the defenders with which to shoot him into a deathy death. We can see that Ben is completely separated from his team. This is a very surprising and dangerous move. He's going to take some severe hits if he does not back up. But perhaps he's trying to still act as a scout and provide information on the enemy location. Shots here. The LBX-5s are good long-range weapons, but can also do rather focused damage up close. The further out you get, the more of a spread they have, like a shotgun. His backup weapons are 2 extended-range medium-beam lasers. So the majority of his firepower is 600 or so, but he's able to hit out to 900 for full damage for the LBX-5s, and able to actually carry those probably out to 1,000 or even more at reduced damage. Let's now follow the attackers as they continue to move to the backside of the Northern Pyramid. I don't believe Burner's taken too much damage yet. They have been focusing their efforts primarily on Bob. Serpentis in a hovercraft for... well, it's starting to become a pattern. When they have a hovercraft available, Serpentis is often in there. Serpentis, a skilled pilot, able to handle VTOLs, and mechs and just about anything on the field with mastery. And so this provides a lot of flexibility for Burner, who is the con and leader of Wolverine's Rebirth, that largely usually plays as this team. Ben trying to harass Burner. Bob trying to move up and get some shots. Let's see what Ben's up to here. We can see Ben just trying to harass them, let them know I'm over here. Another Gauss hit on Bob. Bob probably trying to get some LRM locks. Potential Gauss hit. I'm not sure if that connected. Both teams setting up in distance. Now Burner taking a hit, utilizing his UAC 5s to get a couple of hits, I believe, on the Blood Asp. Ben sneaking up to move here. Serpentis moving up to get some LRMs. He should be able to do some significant damage here as he flanks up. Ben trying to fire off a couple of lasers to keep their timing down. And needs to be very careful here, though. He's moving out. Oh, if he is not careful, he is going to die. That is a lot of firepower for something as lightly armored as that. Ben trying to get going based on his travel speed. However, I believe his engine may be out. Oh, there he goes. These rolling hills provide cover, but for hovercraft, it can make it hard to fire back. You can see that Bob and Burner have decided to move into the hills. Serpentis firing off his missiles. Yes. Proxima just took a barrage of missiles. And another barrage. Oh, the humanity. The missiles. If he's able to significantly damage Proxima, they will be able to move in. Proxima now moving behind the hill, wise of the tactic. They are arguably getting cornered down here with the Epona. Ben realizes this and is attempting to buy his teammates time. Serpentis is now moving back, and Ben was able to utilize cover and get Serpentis to move back, which allows his team time to reposition. He needs to be careful here, as these LRMs will slice through his armor like cheese on a cheese grater. They do not have any ammo refills, and if that is the Mad Cat that I believe that Bob's in, then his ammo will run out sooner rather than later. We are tracking the missiles now. Hello, Warlord Kentax. This is Duelist providing commentary on the battle taking place right now.
Yeah.
We can see that you're more than welcome to join in and come in and offer your expertise. And we have the attacking team setting up a firing line behind the North Pyramid and waiting for Serpentis to unload some missiles, perhaps to join Bob. And if these hit Ben, these are going to hurt. Ben playing it very good that he is able to avoid most of this missile fire and basically get into the head of the attacking team with that Hephaestus. Let's see if he's able to continue distracting them, and let's see what the rest of his team on the defending team is doing. Oh, if these missiles hit, they may go through. They do! Oh, Ben! Ben must now play cautiously because he has taken probably rather decent damage. Let's take a look at what the defenders are on the move toward the other opposing side of the pyramid. Even attempting arguably to close the distance here. The attacking team is now flanking off to the right a bit. Ben trying to get their attention while Chezzer provides cover fire.
Horn and Proxima are moving to the south of the pyramid, it appears.
Missiles away for Serpentis. Chezzer took about half of them. You'd have to think at a certain point that Serpentis is going to start running low on ammo on that Epona. He's been firing off almost the entire match.
Yeah, that Epona can run out pretty fast. It doesn't have any spare tons.
The attacking team now repositioning a bit. Burner telling Bob, move back while I provide you some covering fire. Serpentis trying to get a lock on. The defending team is now moved into the gate. down in front of the northern pyramid and are attempting to get some cover. Serpentis moving out wide to try and get in position to get some locks. Bob and Burner staying together, making sure that they can't focus on Bob, who's probably taking the most damage of his team, and also can't focus on Burner's arms, which contain all of his firepower. Bob just took another hit. Serpentis returning the favor with the LRMs. Ben is probably a few hits away from death, but he has been able to harass the enemy throughout the match, and a Hephaestus, if left alone, can be a dangerous asset, Kentax. May not have...
Yeah, well, is this the LBX-2?
LBX-5. And
LBX-5.
2 extended range large beams.
Extended range small beams.
The 2 hovercraft are staring each other down. Ben being very wise of Serpentis' far superior firepower. But by keeping the Epona busy, it is one less thing firing on his team and allows Ben's team to continue... Yes. Which it appears that they have. I've actually lost track of the... I see. The defending team has moved north of the North Pyramid and is setting up King of the Hill style. Burner and Bob are sitting down in the valley trying to get to Serpentis. Proxima trying to line up a few shots on Burner. Bob should be protected now. Bob looking for a shot that he likes and getting ready to unload LRMs, I believe.
Yep, Serpentis shot at Proxima with LRMs, but they'll run into the tower.
They're definitely trying to focus on that blood aspect at this point. Proxima being one of the more skilled pilots out on the field, and also the fact that that dual Gauss blood asp just causes so much damage.
Horn's been going to town on Burner.
Chezer, another heavy hit. That is the second broadside of missiles he's taken in the last few minutes. Ben now getting surrounded. Ben is probably dead here. Yep, he's dead. He will do what he can, but Serpentis has him at long range, and Bob has him at short range, and Burner has, and there goes Ben.
There he goes.
That's a Hephaestus. He's not going to stay alive forever, but Ben did exactly what he needed to do, Kentax. Harass the enemy, unload as many LBX-5s as you could, and stay alive long enough to contribute to the battle. Now, both teams have lost roughly 30 tons. The Solitaire A for Burner's team, the Hephaestus at 35 tons for the Defenders. Now, if you were Burner's team, how would you approach the rest of this match now that you've got your Mad Cat damaged, but you've also taken down the Hephaestus, and you've damaged the Blood Asp?
Well, I think they're pretty much screwed at this point, because Bob's weapons are primarily long range. It's with its LRM, what are those, LRM 20s? Or the LRM 15s? I don't know, but either way.
LRM 15s.
Yeah, his weapons are primarily long range, so he won't be able to perform as strongly as the other team in close range, because the other team has no LRMs. They're all direct fire weapons. They've definitely got the advantage. There goes
Burner, and it just might be a matter of time now, Kentax. Serpentis trying to move up, but it's hard to brawl in that Epona with only missiles.
Yeah, Horn really dismantled Burner's armor earlier.
Serpentis trying to get some hits out, seeing if he can maybe take down Chezar. I'm surprised he's firing on the Nova Cat. It's dangerous.
Yeah, well, it makes more sense to shoot the Nova Cat than Chezar, because Chezar, while Chezar was chasing him, was much closer to him.
Okay.
And you never know what the LRMs are going to do when they're shooting at the target up close.
There goes Bob in spectacular fashion, which leaves Serpentis, and that should wrap things up. The Defenders smell blood, and that's it. And we move on to Map 3 for Kentax and the Chaos March Video Network. This is Duelist. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.